Hey guys, thanks for tuning in, Coach Kizzy and Majestic Life Solutions. So, moment of truth. Okay, moment of truth. Let's talk about it. Okay, let me put something on my lips. Oh, me licking them. So, moment of truth. Okay, and the moment of truth is fear. People fear of being their authentic selves. So, why I touched on this subject today, because it's very important that you got to know that people are gonna voice their opinions always. People on this earthly land, regardless of if you're doing right or if you're doing wrong, they're gonna voice their opinions. And so when people voice their opinions onto you, right? It put fear in you, right? So I let me get closer to the screen. It seemed like I too close, too far. So fear of being your authentic self. To embrace your authentic self, you have to be who you truly are. You understand? So today I want to talk to you about the importance of being your authentic self, particularly in the context of embracing your sexuality. Everybody gonna have opinion on, some people gonna like it, some people don't. But it's for you to walk this earth being your authentic self. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, living authentically, if I say it wrong, don't worry about it because that's one of the words is about being true to who you are. Okay, embracing every aspect of yourself without fear or shame. Without fear or shame. For many, for many, this includes acknowledging and celebrating being a homosexual. I mean, this the truth to the subject of the matter. You understand? For many people, this includes acknowledging and celebrating being homosexual. You know, you're gonna have church people, you're gonna have people that disagree with things that you do. But my thing is this: you have to be your authentic self. Authentic self. Let me get on here. You don't have to hide being homosexual, you know, and you have church people that disagree with that. You have some people that don't understand that. You have to be your authentic self. So therefore, when you come to that conclusion that I can't not walk in shame of who I am. This is who I am. I'm going to embrace who I am, being my authentic self. When you are authentic, you no longer feel the need to hide from the world. I'm going to say it to you one more time. When you are authentic, you no longer feel the need to hide from the world. I'm not going to hide nothing from the world. You want to know why I'm not? Because if I hide from the world, that means I'm not being my authentic self. So hiding who you are can lead to feeling isolation and anxiety, while living openly, allowing for genuine connections and a sense of belonging. It's essential to remember that our uniqueness is what makes us special. By being true to ourselves, we inspire others to do the same. When individuals embrace their sexuality, they contribute to a more aspiring world and accepting to a society. Accepting for a person can accept themselves for who they are. Because people pretend, that's why it's a lot of things that's on YouTube now about everything about gay this and gay that and homosexual this, homosexual that. But I'm not gonna let nobody live my life for me. I live my life for God. And if he forgives me, for my sin? Because can't nobody say where we going. Can't nobody say where we're going. You can say, oh, that's a sin, or that's a sin. You're going to hell, you're doing this. But who are you to judge? So I'm gonna be my authentic self, whether if a person don't like it or if they do. We wasn't put on this earth for anybody to like what we do or like how we embrace our authentic selves. So being your authentic self encourage others to accept and to love themselves too. It sends a powerful message that love in all its forms is valid and worthy of celebration. So we all know what Genesis said. Man, woman. We know that God created man and woman to produce the fruit. Produce. We know that. I do. Well, I know that, but I can't get on my platform and sit here and lie to you and tell you that I am what is it, heterosexual. I'm not gonna lie to you. For what? I don't need no. I wasn't put on this earth for people to clap for me, for people to be for people to cheer me on. I have to embrace who I am, and that's where a lot of people nowadays are making mistakes in life because they don't want to embrace who they truly are, their authentic self. So they make mistakes. They make mistakes. They in the dark. They in the dark. They behind closed doors. They in the closet, and they embrace themselves by when it's dark at night. They out with a man. In the daytime, they out with a woman. That's where mistakes come in at. You understand? That's where the mistakes come in at because a lot of people want to be homosexual, but they don't know how to go by doing it because they ashamed of what either. So they scared about being homosexual. They hide. They hide that part of them. But how can you be your authentic self and say that you're real to yourself if you can't embrace who you truly are? If I had to lie to pretend to be somebody else, I don't want to be that person. And that's the point that you should get to in your life, that you don't want to be that person where you have to lie your way into life. If you have to lie yourself into life, then you're not living life. So fear and shame is what a heterosexual man that's DL does. Because they walk with fear and shame. Because they shame about coming out to the world. Because they scared of they whatever it's called right now. They scared of just the society, the talk. They reputation. Ooh, I got it. I knew it would come to mind. They scared of their reputation. Their reputation might be ruined. So they do it at night. Like, can nobody see you coming into that man's house? You understand what I'm saying? And this is the God's honest truth. How can you say that you're real to yourself, or how can you say that you're real to other people when you're doing something behind the scenes that you saying that you don't do? So I just want people to start becoming their true self. You have to become your true self because if you don't become your true self, then how can let me tell you, if I'm gonna be loved, I'm gonna be loved for me, not for who I'm portraying to be. I don't need to portray somebody else's life. That's why you got to change your mindset on some things. And that's why a lot of people today, like in my storm, like probably you don't want your mama, your daddy, knowing that you're homosexual. It is what it is. And if they don't accept you, They don't want to deal with you, then that's a door that closed. God accept you. He accept you because God take you as you are. And you have to be willing to be a work in progress. You have to be a willing work in progress. We know that everything is a progress. So if God is leading you, and He might lead you in a direction where you don't even feel like you want to be homosexual no more. So you have to give yourself a chance. You have to give yourself a chance. You have to embrace who you truly are first. Okay, that's where mistakes come in at. Okay, and I love you guys.